Now, a question coming in from Hypercord. Speedmaster Hesalite versus Sapphire, is the look that different? I like exhibition casebacks.
I think the look is that different. I own a limited edition Apollo 14 from the Speedmaster Missions series, so it's the Hesalite. And I mean, yeah, the look is a little bit different, but also I'm the type of guy that appreciates scars on his watch. So I don't polish my crystal with polywatch every night. You know, I look down on it and I can kind of see the scratches and the nicks, and so, you know, in that aspect, yes, the look is very different because Sapphire is much more resistant to scratches. But I think also the way the light refracts, you know, and the reflections, it's warmer with Hesalite. That's the word I'm going to use. It's a warmer looking dial.
If you know the look of the big bubble on an old dive watch, that's what you get with with the Hesalite, which is acrylic, effectively. Hesalite is what Omega calls it, so it doesn't have to say this is plexiglass, thermoplastic, or acrylic. Because all of those sounds a little bit, I guess, ersatz. So Hesalite, it sounds almost like a naturally occurring mineral.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
It sounds like something a jeweler would work with, but it creates a gorgeous distortion. And I will say, even box section sapphires that try to emulate that look, they don't quite achieve the same look. You've either got thermoplastic or you don't. Index of refraction, folks, you can't fake it.
You're absolutely right. And actually, I have to be honest with you, I dislike those domed sapphire crystals that try... It doesn't work. It doesn't work, and to shape a sapphire crystal like that just adds a huge expense to the watch, because sapphire, specifically shaped sapphire, is very, very expensive to do. So I'm sure if they dropped it from whatever watch it was on, the price would really go down.
And Federico is absolutely correct about that. This is when you're buying pre-owned, it's something you have to look at and take into consideration. The more dramatically shaped the sapphire, the closer you have to look and the more you have to grill that seller regarding chips, cracks, scratches, or scuffs. Because when you start with a flat sapphire, you're talking about a piece that maybe costs a few Swiss francs, maybe 10, 12, 15 to make. You start creating a dome, any kind of camber. You go with a box section, all of a sudden it's like a geometric increase in the price of replicating and replacing that part.
It could be as high as almost a few thousand Swiss francs in really special circumstances.
We had a Guy Ilya minute repeater here that was 5 time zone, cathedral gongs, minute repeating, built by Christophe Claret. And the thing retailed for about $750,000. A huge chunk of that was tied up in the monoblock sapphire case. One of those things, you're thinking Richard Mille. Yes, like that, monoblock sapphire. And a monstrous pile to replace, and it starts when the crystal starts becoming a dome on your watch. The second it isn't flat, start looking closely at the damage when buying pre-owned, because the replacement costs ramp up fast.
Exorbitant.
Okay, so let's end on this question. This is from one of our gentlemen who's joined us. This is from, actually, I've actually lost the thread because this box is moving so fast, the chat box. Okay, Captain Zed, a longtime viewer, a great loyalist to the channel, and a great supporter who I thank. Federico, and I guess I'll answer this too, what watch are you looking to add to your collection in 2017?
It's hard for me to answer that question. We're a little different in this, Tim. I watched your Monday Night Mailbag where you were talking about a roadmap, right, to collecting. Me, I fall in love with many watches, as you described, and I don't plan it. When I fall in love enough with a watch, I'll just whip out the wallet and say it's got to be mine. So I can't plan, because I'll end up with a list of 50, 60 pieces I need to have. You know, there are no questions. I need these 60 pieces. So Captain Zed, I'm sorry. It's going to be a gold piece. It's going to be a gold dress piece. I'm leaning towards actually Roger Dubuis.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards Roger Dubuis because I have a connection to the brand, but don't be surprised if it's like a ceramic Rado. It could be anything.
When the impulse strikes, true love, you know, it's like when the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Okay, so Federico, the answer is many. He'd prefer his answer be multiple choice.
Exactly.
My answer is that there are two in particular that I have my eyes on. Both are JLCs. I know, Shock.
Of course.
One would be my first, I think, true JLC vintage piece from pre-Quartz Crisis, and that would be the E877 Snowdrop.
Yeah.
Gorgeous watch. I would like it with the black dial because, honestly, to me, that's the essential Snowdrop. It's lugless, it's 70s, it's funky, and if you want to know basically what the dial looks like, actually the new boutique Memovox
is very similar.
Yeah, that's the dial of the Snowdrop, not the case shape. So that's a watch I'm looking to add to my collection. That'll fill the vintage hole. And then the other watch I'm looking for is a little bit higher up on the tech tree, and it's the original 1994 Reverso minute repeater. Couple of reasons I love that watch. Now, rose gold Grand Tie case, that would be my first foray into colored gold.
Okay, it's true. You have white metals on almost everything.
All white metals on everything. And here's the other thing, and this is what's really cool. Today, you know Eric Coudray as the guy who fixed Vianney Halter's original concepts for Cabestan and then took them to the next level.
Yes.
Before then, he gained some notoriety as the designer of the foundation behind JLC's Gyro Tourbillon.
Yes.
But before he was famous, before he was a name, before his weird Swiss Hobbit look was borderline iconic, he was the project manager on the Reverso minute repeater.
Really?
So that's an Eric Coudray, the Reverso minute repeater.
Didn't know that. Really? I thought he came from maybe like a Renault and Papi kind of house of horology.
He came out of JLC.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Before he was famous, but not before he was cool. That's forever.